What up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video for you guys. Listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, share and like the content, and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. So I came across this video where these two women were asked if they could live in a world or live on a planet where it was just all women. And I want to get their responses. I want to play their responses. And I want to ask you the question as well. Do you think a world with only women would be great? Let me know in the comments below. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
Would you live on a planet with all women?
With all women?
Yeah.
Ooh. You wouldn't? That's my dream. Think about how...
I mean...
Think of the structure.
Can men come in once a month?
Nah, it's just
a
all
planet
women.
with all women.
We don't get like travel pass.
Nah.
Okay. I mean, I really would.
Okay.
I really would. It would be nice.
So like never, like not a single man.
Not a single man.
It would be nice. We would have great shopping, great homes, healthcare, like all the things.
And we'd be bored.
But happy. It's fine.
So you taking it?
I'm taking it. I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going.
Okay. Saw guys on the fence.
I'm going. I'm going.
I kind of convinced myself.
I'm going.
A little bit.
I'm going.
Oh my God. So listen, shout out to them. But I'm just like, you know, she said they would have great shopping and great homes. Now that made me think about it. Great homes. Who are going to make maintenance? How's the upkeep and the maintenance on those homes? How would that go? Who's gonna make sure your roofs are, maintained, if your plumbing breaks or, there's a sewage problem with the home, who's gonna keep that up? How are you gonna have great homes if you're on a planet with just women? Yes, y'all can go shopping. Yeah, we like to shop. I like to shop. We go shopping. We like to buy things. We don't necessarily like to fix things. We don't like to get our hands dirty. We want to get our nails done and we want to be pretty. Who is going to do all of this if it's a planet full of women? Because once again, listen, we're going to have women who are the prissy women. We're going to have the women who are, feminine and don't want to get their hands dirty. Then we're going to have the studs. So we're going to have the studs. But even these modern studs don't want to get their hands dirty either. Oh my God. Which percentage of the women are going to take on the labor force that women don't want to do? Which percentage of the women are going to build the bridges and do the sewage and, what I mean, the mechanics? Who going to fix your cars when they break down? Who going to fix y'all? Who's going to maintain the household? Who's going to do all of these things? Who's going to handle the infrastructure of the planet, of the world that you live, the planet that you live on? Who is going to do that if it's full of women? Already, we see a lot of women who do not want to go into those fields. It's not that they can't. A lot of them don't want to. There's a very, very small percentage of women who want to go into those types of fields. So if it was full of women, y'all going to have to decide on who's going to do the hard, tough labor jobs and who's going to be, the feminine women who don't want to get their hands dirty, the ones who are going to work in air conditioning buildings and things of that nature. So I just think it would be a hot mess. And not only that, it just, who wants to sit around a bunch of women all day? Kumbaya. It's going to be a hot mess because I will tell you this, a lot of women are not that friendly to each other. Let's just be honest, right? The Bonnie Crew sisterhood members of the Traveling Pants they're not always that nice. Depending on who it is. Women are always in competition with each other. They're not always friendly. They're not always team women as they want you to think. A lot of women are combative towards each other. A lot of women do not like each other and they're easily triggered by other women, especially if you are a super attractive woman. And, some women may find that offensive. They don't like how you look or they think you're getting too much shine or you taking the attention away from them. That's why they call it cat fights for a reason, because a lot of women, they are in competition. They don't really like each other like that. You know, if we're talking about the nature of women when it comes to men, do you think it's all that great when it comes to women? When they don't get their way, or somebody is getting in their way, or getting them, like, once again, it's all about attention. And they got to fight for that amongst each other. So come on now. The Bonnet Crew Sisterhood Society members aren't all what it's cracked up to be, in my opinion. And I really do think that if that's all we had in the entire world, and the entire world was a bunch of women, baby, you better go lock yourself up in your house, and don't come out, because it's going to be a sight for sore eyes, in my opinion. I just don't think that that would be a good society whatsoever. And they talk like, they're so oblivious to what's going on, and it's just so cute, and it's just fun, because that's not the world that you really have to live in. It would be chaos. You hear me? It would be chaos. It would be an uproar. It would be destroyed really quickly, because I mean, come on. Who are going to be the doctors and the morticians and the garbage collectors? Who going to do these jobs? Who going to build the infrastructure? Who going to build the bridges? Who's going to do the welding to make things? Like, who's going to run if y'all have prisons? Who's going to run the prisons? Who's going to do all this stuff? Who's going to do all these things that keep the world moving with a bunch of women? It's going to be destroyed. You hear me? It would not work, and it would not be peaceful. It's going to be a chaotic, hot mess. And I just couldn't imagine a world without men. Like, I just couldn't. I wouldn't want to live in a world where it's just women. I really wouldn't, because I know that's just total destruction waiting to happen. It is. You could just see how women do things, how they think, how they move, how they react. Everything is based off of your feelings and not off of logical facts. So they're going to be doing things based on their feelings and not what's really necessary for a thing to work. And that's very dangerous. So I just thinking about it just seems chaotic to me. It wouldn't be nice. It would be a horrible, hot mess. Now, you might have a lot of beautiful women walking around, but they're going to be thrown off. It's going to just be a show, in my opinion. So, I don't think I could do it. And once again, I don't want to be sitting around a bunch of women talking about nothing, just, competing against each other and one up in the other. Oh, I got this and I got this and this one got that one. And girl, cause this, I want, I don't have time like that. That don't sound fun to me. Now, I'm not saying that all women are bad and all women are chaotic, but I mean, a world full of just women. Come on now. We need we need logical men. We need something around that counters all of these vaginas just sitting around each other all day. Like, we need men. We need men. I'm sorry. And the fact, in the fact that question was asked, it just shows you, just like the bear, asking the bear question. These women, majority of women chose the bear, which I think is so dumb. But it is what it is. And same here. A majority of women would say, oh, yeah, I would love to live in a world where it's just full of women. Yes, yeah, really. And then they're not asking the serious questions like, okay, who's going to do the tough jobs that the men do now that keeps our society running? Who's going to do that? How y'all going to decide which women are going to do that? And if they really want to train to do that, first off, they got to get trained, and then they got to want to do it. How do you determine who's going to do those jobs if there's no men around? It's interesting that we're having these conversations, but these conversations need to be had to make these women realize the importance of men, because they're really walking around here skating like they really don't understand the importance of a man. Like, why we need you know what I mean? Men are necessary in so many ways, but they're so brainwashed into thinking, oh, it's just about women, and we'll run shit and we're bosses, and then everything they put their hands on, it kind of falls apart. Like, they don't know what they're doing. It's confusing to them, and then they need a man to help them out. Oh my God. So I thought it was an interesting question, though, to say the least. I want to know your thoughts on it. What you think about this? What do you think a world without men would look like, child? Oh, let me know in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all hit that bell. Y'all know what it is. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.